The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
55 minutes away, Lollapalooza tickets at 8 o'clock. If you just joined us, and coming up even sooner, about 10 minutes away, we'll get you on the phones for Clash with Kenzie Vampire Weekend tickets. So all kinds of great shows coming your way.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, the Blackhawks opened a 3-game road trip with a 6-2 loss to the Kings. Here's a stat for you, Kara, as a hockey mom.
Yes.
Tough night in the face-off circle. Lost 13 of 16 draws in the first period for a 22-54 total win percentage of 40.7 on the night.
That's a lot of numbers.
Okay, so basically they didn't get the puck.
That's all you have to tell me.
I mean, when you're out there and your son was playing hockey, when you go watch him, does he get in the face-off area there? Does he win usually?
Yeah.
He's a big guy. He's like 6'4", your son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question because I never played hockey. So, Kara, the guy doing the face-off, is that kind of like being a quarterback or a pitcher where every kid wants to do it?
He did, but that's because he was a goalie for years. Ooh. So now he wants to be out in the front doing everything. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm a hockey mom, but I'm mostly in the bar.
That's nice.
Like most hockey moms, yeah.
Also, Connor Bedard won the NHL number 2 player of the week. This upset me.
Number 2?
Exactly, because they have kind of a 3. Like the NBA has an Eastern Conference and a Western Conference player. Casey told me this when I got mad about it. He said, why not number 1? And well, Tampa's Nikita Kucherov was number 1, and Marc-Andre Fleury, who I think has been playing hockey since I was in kindergarten.
Yeah, and he's amazing.
Was number 3 on the week.
Yeah.
Can't they just give it to Connor Bedard, just make one guy just pick him? You know what? He was the best this week.
Yeah.
He's obviously, everything that revolves around the Blackhawks, scoring and point total is involved with him as an 18-year-old kid in there, number 1 overall draft pick. So can't they just give it to him?
So you're mad that they have 3 different players being chosen as the best player of the week?
Hasn't Marc-Andre Fleury gotten enough? He's 39 years old. He's gotten enough of these weeks.
Well, then he should keep getting them because that's pretty impressive.
It is impressive. It's very impressive.
I don't know, Brian. Is it the Billboard charts or is it the Billboard charts? They have multiple songs listed, right?
But when we remember number 1, right?
Right. Winners are forever. Number 1's all that matters.
Damn right.
If you're not second, you're first loser or whatever, something like that.
Well, I think it was Vince Lombardi that said, show me a good loser and I'll show you a loser.
We've learned recently it's very funny to call people losers. That's a word that needs to come back into lexicon very quickly.
There's something, I don't know, you ever called anybody a loser, Kara?
Oh, yeah. I'm divorced.
There's nothing more demeaning you can call somebody. I don't care what word or name you come up with. A loser is the worst word you can call somebody.
Yeah, there are much more vulgar, there are much more meaner names out there, but there's something cutting about the word loser that is really hard to recover from.
You almost have no comeback.
No, what are
if
you going to do?
someone calls you a loser.
You got to win.
Yeah.
You got to be a winner.
Oh, I'm not a loser. Well, you sound like a loser right now.
Yeah.
So I hope Connor Bedard gets number 1 next week.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope he's a winner.
He is a winner.
Yes.
Arlington Heights is acting like, well, kind of like a loser in this situation. And I love the people of Arlington Heights. And maybe most of the people up there don't even want the Bears to come up there because of what the havoc it might cause. But the city acting like that one-night stand, I like to say. They're still acting like they can be the girlfriend.
Yeah.
As they offered Chicago tax breaks to build a new stadium in the village of Arlington Heights. Now, this has been the big controversy. The Bears already came out 2 weeks ago and said, we're going to put $2 billion toward a stadium downtown, a dome stadium. They said that. That's saying, well, let's just be friends. Arlington Heights, we own property there, but we're not going to do anything with it. So the potential deal gave Bears tax liabilities of only about $6.3 million for the first year and $3.6 for the second year. That's very low, considering it's a $200 million property. And the local school district said they offered the Bears 1 assessment property for 5 years.
Oh.
Kara's a real estate agent. She understands this stuff better than I do.
Well, what I'm thinking is you can't just say you're going to do something. It has to be written down and signed. So whatever the Bears say, I don't believe.
The Bears have not answered this proposal.
Yeah, but they keep changing their mind. Like every 2 weeks, it seems like.
They've blocked their phone number from Arlington Heights in the situation. We're done. We're going to do something else with that land. Maybe make a skate park would be nice. I don't know.
And I'm sure they'll come back at some point and go, hey, sorry, I didn't see your text. Hey, just getting back to this.
Yeah.
Bears going to be like, hey, I saw your offer. Sorry, it's been so crazy.
Sorry. Work's been busy. I've been getting up early.
You know, in the legitimate context of this, you know how it's not like we're all attached to our phones 24/7.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than, sorry, I've been so busy lately. I haven't got time to get back to you.
My inbox is jammed right now.
I talk to the people I want to talk to.
I had to mow my parents' lawn I missed your text. Sorry. Something like that,
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, 312-591-8300. Calling now for Vampire Weekend tickets. You have to compete for them, though. You have to beat Kara in trivia. Although we've proven that even if you lose, you end up with the tickets sometimes. 312-591-8300. Call right now and get in on it. 312-591-8300. Call right now. And reminder, after we did sports there, that opening day, Brian and Kenzie will be at Almost Home Tavern and Grill. That's 3801 North Clark, just north of the Metro, for an opening day broadcast. So happy that we get to go back doing these things again post-pandemic.
Yeah.
So we'll be on site for Monday, April 1st, the opening day broadcast with some major concert ticket giveaways, just like we did last Friday at Lizzie McNeil's for the St. Patty's Day broadcast. We'll have also your first look at some opening day Q101 swag. The Cubs, man, I can't wait. Let's go. Even the Sox fans, come on up and join us. Let's all party. That would be Monday, April 1st at Almost Home Tavern and Grill in Wrigleyville.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
We'll hear from Kenzie a little bit later on in the show as Kara Caribou filling in, helping her out during maternity leave. And so, competing against Kara for the Vampire Weekend tickets for trivia. You have to know it. Matt checking in on his way to Downers Grove. Matt, tell us something about yourself.
Ahoy, everybody. I'm a Southside born. Heading into work. I sell steel for a living.
How's that go? Like, do you just, who's buying?
Really boring. So all these like machine shops and you see everywhere, they have to buy from like mills that make it, but you have to buy like 50,000 pounds at a time. So my company buys from the mill and then can sell shorter for you.
Wow. Is it a good business? You making a good living?
Yeah, that's very good business.
Yeah.
It's number 2 industry in the world.
Yeah, no, I've never heard of a steel salesman. I know a lot of the steel is manufactured over there in Northwest Indiana in the region, right where you were on the south side there. So
My dad was a steel worker.
is that right?
Uh-huh.
And how'd it go for him?
He was never home early for dinner. I remember that.
So Kara has daddy issues, which means you should be pretty good here, Matt.
Yeah.
All right, first one to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If Kara gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same to you. Call heads or tails, Matt, the steel seller.
Tails.
Tails is right. You got it. Okay, here we go.
Right.
Matt, question number 1. In soccer, what color card equals an automatic ejection?
It'd be a red card.
The red card is right. Good job. Kara, a kilobyte is a unit of what?
That's a computer thing. Memory.
Memory's right.
Ooh.
Well, you know this because your computer just died. Your
Yeah,
Mac.
exactly. I don't have any.
Did you get stuff off the hard drive or no?
I don't know how to yet. It's just, I'm not touching it. I'm going to keep it off for a week, and then I'm going to try turning it back on next week, and maybe it'll work.
I think that will work.
Yeah, that should work.
That's how Macs work.
Kara's gonna get those pictures off there. All right, back to Matt.
Yep.
Matt, what is the name of the main groundhog used to predict the weather on Groundhog's Day?
Punxsutawney Phil.
Yeah.
Very good.
Good job. Back to Kara. What character did Michael J. Fox play in Back to the Future?
That would be Marty McFly.
Marty McFly. McFly! Hello! Hello!
Marty!
I've never seen that movie.
Oh,
Listen,
okay.
This is the thing, Matt. You're listening on the phone here. Maybe I hope you're a regular listener and find out that Case hasn't seen any really good movies. I mean, I shouldn't say.
I am a regular listener.
Yeah, thank
You
you.
got to watch Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day would be one too.
Oh,
Yes.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
That's got Bill Murray, right?
Yes, and it's funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm curious what do you think of Back to the Future?
Should I
Yeah.
watch that this week?
That might be a good one for this week. I don't
Okay,
know.
we'll do that Friday. I'll
Yeah.
watch Back to the Future. I've never seen it before.
Oh, God, you'll love that.
Yeah.
He might not though. That's the problem.
I'm broken, you see. I don't like everything the way Brian wants me to.
It's not about liking everything. These are he just said, Matt, the classics.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So good.
Well, it's 2-2. It's back to Matt.
Matt, the Allies and the Axis were the two sides in which war?
World War II.
That's right.
Wow.
Kara's relieved
He
you got
knows
that
his
right.
stuff.
What were you going to guess, Kara?
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
If I guessed a war, it would have been 1 or 2.
Yeah.
You know?
Back to Kara.
Yes, it is.
Kara, the tuba is the largest member of which musical family?
Isn't that is it a wind?
3.
Wind instrument?
It's not wind.
No.
You do blow into it.
Yeah. Well,
Matt?
That would be brass.
Brass
Oh, yeah.
family. Made of steel.
That's right.
Those are the tubas.
It is 4-2, and Matt is ahead. It's back to Matt. He can win Vampire Weekend tickets with a correct answer.
Wow. Let's see here. Matt, who plays Ethan Hunt in the Mission Impossible franchise?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Matt
nice
rolled
going. I
you.
knew I was in trouble when you let in with a chorus of "I am dumb." You know.
Kara's theme song, Nirvana, dumb.
Yes.
Not true. She's a very smart lady, and it just showed that Matt was smarter today.
Yep.
So, Matt, congratulations. You got Vampire Weekend tickets.
Thank you so much. Huge Vampire Weekend fan.
Right on. Good luck selling that steel the rest of the day.
Thank you very much.
All right, buddy.
Clash with Kenzie. The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
So we have head-to-head lines on the way where we give you 2 headlines and you choose the content we talk about on the text line. And half hour away from Lollapalooza tickets for you at 8 a.m. One of the bands playing Lollapalooza, our guys, Pierce the Veil.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Kenzie on Q101. Incredible that we had Pierce the Veil for a pop-up at the Cubby Bear. Then they go back and sell out 2 shows at the Aragon at the end of last year. And now they're on Lollapalooza. How about it?
They're having a moment.
Yeah, and they've been around forever. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like a new band by
Oh,
any
yeah.
means, but they're really just having, like you just said, Kara, a good 18 months is
It's been a good year.
Been a good year for them.
That pop-up was almost a year ago. That was May.
God. In the Cubby Bear. And now you'll see them on the big Grant Park stage.
Time moves too fast. I'm
I
scared.
tell you, it's a little scary out there. You gotta, you know what they say, if you don't pause for a second, you'll miss life.
Yep.
I misquoted the Ferris Bueller line there.
We'll say it again.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around every once in a while, you're gonna miss it.
I've seen that movie. I like that one.
You see Ferris Bueller?
You saw a movie?
I love Ferris Bueller.
That's a great
movie.
That's epic. So, no movies. Lollapalooza, 25 minutes away from those Lollapalooza passes. We'll have a song scramble set up for you. You just got to figure out what the songs are. That's coming up at 8 for 4-day passes to Lollapalooza. You'll be one of the first people in. We gave away the first pair yesterday when we announced it. First, though, it's head-to-head lines where you decide the content of what we talk about next here on Brian and Kenzie. We always say it's your show. It is. So, we give you the headline. If you're new to the show, all you do is text in headline number 1 or headline number 2 to 312-591-8300 about what story you want to hear us chop up and hear more about. Headline number 1. Dad called cops because his son had too much homework.
Oh my! I understand the frustration, though.
Oh, well. Yeah, you have 2 sons. And was it frustrating?
A son and a daughter. Yes, elementary school, like 3rd grade, it was ridiculous how much homework they had.
Now, did you do the homework for him?
No, my kids cried, and I made them suffer through it. It was awful.
But
all of us.
But they're contributing members to society because of the education they got.
I don't think the math in 3rd grade really is helping them right now.
Okay, well, maybe the dad has justified in the story. But we actually have audio of that, too, just to let you know if that helps your decision. We don't tell you any more on that. So dad called cops because his son had too much homework. The other one relates to Kara a little bit, too, on one of her side hustles, real estate. Headline number 2, real estate agent was showing a house and accidentally burned it down.
I wasn't expecting that.
So if you want to hear that story, text in headline number 2. 1 or 2, you decide what we talk about next here coming up at 7:45.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And yes, we are 12 minutes away roughly from just before 8 o'clock where we'll have a song scramble for you to figure out the songs, and then you go to Lollapalooza. All the bands are playing at Lollapalooza, so we'll get that for you coming up in a second. First, it is head-to-headlines where you choose what story we talk about. You choose the content, And this has been a barn burner. That's why we had to kind of, keep getting more votes in.
Yeah, it's close.
It's like 50-50 pretty much, but we'll get the final results in a second. Head to headline. So headline number 1 was, a dad called the cops because his son had too much homework. I have audio of this story. Headline number 2 was, a real estate agent was showing a house and accidentally burned it down.
Too bad.
It's too bad. Now, we'll never talk about the other story again. And the story we're never going to hear more about is the real estate agent.
Oh,
I
man.
know.
That's good because it was going to give me nightmares.
Yeah. Kara does this as a side hustle.
Yeah.
Maybe some people felt, just very small margin, that they know the story by the headline. So it doesn't matter how they accidentally burn it down.
Do you think more people voted for today's head-to-headlines than they did in yesterday's primaries?
I do.
1,000%.
Yeah, a lot of votes on the text line. I don't know about the actual election yesterday.
Yeah. Well, this is certainly more fun.
I agree.
I
This
hope
was
so.
a good experience. Voting is a bad experience. Head-to-headlines is a good one.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Dad called the cops because his son had too much homework. Now, a 37-year-old man from Ohio. Wow. Okay, I'm just reading that right now because when you hear the audio, it does not sound like a 37-year-old man. It sounds like a 77-year-old man. Wow. Because we all learned the story together here on the show. He's facing harassment charges after he kept calling his son's elementary school to complain about them giving his kid too much homework. When they stopped picking up, he called the cops 18 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like a crazy ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
I know. Now, Kara actually agrees with this man.
I don't agree that he should call the cops. I just agree that kids get too much homework.
What is too much homework? Isn't it good to keep a kid occupied? Because Harper's
Not if they're on a hockey team. There's no time.
Okay, so you wanted him to get a scholarship.
Maybe. No, but I mean, they give homework in like elementary school. It just seems a little much to me.
I don't think you, Brian, as a parent to an 18-month-old almost, I don't think you're ready for what's to come.
Yeah.
They're going to get homework in preschool. They're going to get homework in kindergarten. You're not ready for this. And I've seen the way you deal with some stressful situations. I don't think you're ready to complete a child's homework assignment.
Well, don't they all get iPads today?
They do. My kids
Yeah, but
did.
you can't finagle that thing.
Yeah.
Well, they can't.
Oh, that's true. They were kind of born into it now.
Harper flips my phone right now already and knows how to hit apps and knows how to hit Miss Rachel and tells me to advance the video.
Well, you better hide that Amazon app. She might be doing some shopping.
I'm telling you. I mean, she's just going like, little dictator.
She's not talking yet?
No, she says some words.
What she
says,
she rap?
"Mama." She goes, when it's dinner time.
That's fun.
That's her.
She got that from you.
Yes, she did. All right, back to the headline. A dad called the cops because his son had too much homework. So he was 37 years old. His name is Adam Sizemore. He's facing charges after calling the son's school because he's getting too much homework. He called the elementary school over and over on February 29th, and on March 1st, to say his son had, from those times, by the way, to say his son had too much homework, and they didn't have time to hang out.
That's nice.
It is.
Think about all the bad dads out there who don't want to hang out with their kids. That's kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
To Kara's point, are you going to remember what you learned in this homework anyway down the road?
No.
But he'll remember time with Dad.
A little playing catch in the backyard? Oh, my God. I'm going to cry.
We just found some of Case's trauma here from his
I
childhood.
had plenty of time with my dad, but I loved it. I wish everybody had as good of a dad as I did.
It really is important to spend time with the kid. Now, it's also important that they have homework and have occupations and learn that.
Good take. It's important to spend time with your kid.
Yeah, thank you. I'm joining the Parental Council of Illinois to talk about things and what you should do.
Thank you.
At the same time, the kid has to learn that he can't just hang out with you when he's 30 at home living in the basement. Got to do homework to get a job someday and pay for things. Sorry to be a buzzkill on this one.
It really was.
And the problem is this dad that sounds like a sweet thing, right? But he was verbally abusive to the staff and used vulgar language. He even said to the principal, he threatened him at one point, told him, quote, "You better put your big boy pants on."
I'm just guessing it's a divorced dad.
Doesn't say yet.
What's the story on the mom?
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
So hold on.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be the principal.
Yeah.
You're going to be the dad.
Yeah.
Can you work "you better put your big boy pants on" into a sentence, please?
Well, this guy has a little bit of a hick accent when I play the audio here, so I'll say it kind of like that. Hey, my son's got too much homework, man. What you doing over there? You got to stop giving him all this homework. We're going to hang out. I want to throw a ball with my
Yeah,
boy.
but
He's going to be a scholarship.
He has to do homework, in order to get better grades.
Okay, you better put your big boy pants on before I get over there. Here's a little theater moment here on the show. I would love it if I was arguing with somebody and eventually they said, you better put your big boy pants on.
I know you would.
Oh,
you
God.
would get at that point.
Oh, my God. By the way, Lollapalooza tickets coming up here shortly in the next 6 minutes.
Better put your big boy pants on.
That's right, if you want to win them. The school eventually stopped picking up the phone after that comment.
I would too.
But I never heard of a school not picking up the phone. What if there's another kid that a parent needed to talk to their kid and they stopped calling because he said, put your big boy pants on to the principal?
There's somebody in the nurse's office with like a dastardly bloody nose and they can't get mom to pick them up. They're just calling it the worst time possible.
So then he started calling the police 18 times, allegedly. He kept calling to talk to the chief of police and said things like, quote, I pay your salary.
Man after my own heart.
This guy's got great cliches.
Yeah, he does.
Put your big boy pants on. I pay your salary. They did actually put him through, but he got his voicemail.
Well, that's even better because then you can save it.
Also not a good sign if you're the police chief and it's going to voicemail. I
Yeah.
want to talk to the police chief if it's an emergency.
There's something very funny about asking for the chief of police. That feels like something out of a cartoon, not something you would do in real life.
I want to talk to the chief of police, huh?
Andy Griffith's just scrambling for the phone.
Yeah, why isn't a regular officer okay?
Yeah.
So they finally put him through again and went to the voicemail. They told him he could come down to the station and talk in person, though, instead of just, saying, I pay your salary and do it over the phone. He demanded the police chief come to his house instead.
That's a trap.
I hope he did.
Well, here's what happened. So the police did. Here's the audio I was talking about. So the police did eventually go to his house. Here's some of the part of the officer talking about beforehand. Who I have to imagine when this police officer, and there's people maybe listening out there that were in law enforcement, when he was going through the training at the academy, envisioned himself like being like a Chicago PD police officer, these intriguing cases. And he gets sent to this guy's house to tell him, stop calling us. Your son has to do homework, and you really don't all pay our complete salary, sir. But here's the officer talking about it first.
Basically, the parent didn't like that his child was getting homework.
I love his always says homework. He didn't like that he was getting homework. listen how disgusted he sounds.
Basically, the parent didn't like that his child was getting homework.
He was rolling his eyes when he said that.
Yeah, exactly. You could hear the eye roll. And then he continued.
So he decided he was going to call the school and call the school repeatedly, over and over again. He calls dispatch, I think it was 18 times roughly.
Okay, here's the audio of the dad now calling up. Now, I don't actually know if this is the audio of him calling the police or the school. I believe it's the police he's talking to right here. Here's that audio.
I bet we'll find out.
I want to talk to the chief. Leave a voicemail if he doesn't answer.
I'm being very nice.
Well, then come to the police department and we'll call the chief in and you can talk to him in person.
I pay for him. He can come to my house.
Well, I'm going to send some officers out to your house to talk to you in person since you won't stop calling.
Basically,
That's our guy.
That really backfired on him.
Oh, that's so good. The
She's like,
cops
you want to talk to police? I'll have you talk to police, all right.
Did they arrest him?
So what happened is they showed up and to arrest him, they charged him with menacing and telecommunications harassment. Both are misdemeanors. Those sound like they should be a little bit harder because it's easy to call on the phone and threaten somebody. I love this guy's voice. It does sound like a cartoon character as well. Here we go again.
I want to talk to the chief.
Leave a voicemail if he doesn't answer.
I'm being very nice.
Well, then,
Are you?
well, then come to the police department and we'll call the chief in and you can talk to him in person.
I pay for him. He can come to my house.
Well, I'm going to send some officers out to your house to talk to you in person since you won't stop calling.
I love it. I love it. Well, there you go. There's the headlines. We'll follow up as usual. We try to follow up on these stories. Sometimes there's no follow-up when Case tries to dig deeper on it. But, yeah, he's got charged with that, misdemeanors, and we'll see what happens and if his kid gets more homework or if the principal ever put his big boy pants on.
Yeah, I'm dying to know.
We will never know. We will never know.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.